Hey everyone. So I've kind of been in the mood to build my stash. So in my head, I'm thinking I have all these things ready. I'll be able to just whip through some journals. And with the 2025 Junk Mail Jam coming up, we're going to be building a lot of stash, I think. So today I was working on my 12 by 12 sheets of paper because I wanted to make some journal pages just to have ready to put in a journal. And again, I'm trying to make them kind of neutral so that they'll go in anything. And these are kind of interactive pages. So, I've just taken a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. I've put down some scrap, pulled out my scrap tea dye, glued that on. I have the piece that I cut from my 12 by 12 to make this flip. And it's also a pocket out of more scraps. Scrap map and map page and tea dye on the back. And I just love it. I thought it was so cute. So this one is, and you don't have to have 12 by 12 because this was just a sheet of Italian paper that I had. Don't even know what size it measures. It's definitely smaller than 12 by 12. So again, I just glued on some scrap tea dye paper. This one has all kinds of little markings on it, which I loved. Used a junk mail envelope that was sprayed with rust water. Did some stamping, glued on a little stamp there, and made it a flip. And again, it's a journal page ready to go. And then inside, I put one of the tags I made the other day. This is actually old book page that I collaged to fabric, and it's pretty sturdy, but then I backed it with some tea dye lined paper, did a little bit of stamping, and I don't know if you can tell it, but on this, when I sprayed my rust water, it got on the little window here, and it's so pretty. And I could take a little cloth and wipe it off, but I like it, so I'm going to leave that there. I thought we could make one of these today, and these are actually different. So like this envelope is just hinged on with washi tape. This one has a piece of washi tape on it, really just for decoration, because I made it have a tab at the top, this, and slid it through this piece so that they're all glued down. It's actually has a little tab that slides up through there. So, but I think really that's not necessary. I think hinging it is the easiest, best way. So here is another, because a lot of times, here's another sheet of 12 by 12 paper. A lot of times, the piece that I cut off to make it fit in a journal, I just make pockets or whatever, but it's so pretty, I hate to lose it. So what I did, I cut the bottom off. This is an 8.5 now, and this one I've done some stenciling, so that's going to be my flip up. So you can write on it too, or just, let it be looks. Actually, it could be this way and the flip up. But I think I want to do it this way so that if, they do want writing. So I've cut my sheet down again to 8.5. I have some packaging here from a Tim Holtz um, ephemera package. And then I have the sheet that I cut off the bottom, and I cut it in two. And then I have a piece of heavier cardstock tea dye scrap. And I think that, oh, and the envelope that I cut from the Italian paper one, here's the bottom, and I'm going to use that on this one. And do this one a little bit differently. Like on these, it's a full, this is all one piece. These are all one piece, and they're kind of double, where there's a pocket inside. This one, I'm going to put the pocket on this. So I'm just going to cut down, because this is going to make great writing, and it's so pretty already. I'm just going to cut it down with my decal edge trimmer so that it has some nice edging, and I'm going to glue it to this front sheet. I've cut this one pretty square, but you don't need to. Like, look at this one. The scrap piece I put behind was just tore all funny, and I loved it. You know, it didn't all come out, but that's the grungy look that I like, so I was good with cutting it like that. So you don't have to have a perfect sheet of paper to put in the back. And I'm just going to ink it. And you could sew around this to give it more life. I wouldn't sew it onto this, as you'll end up with a big square, but you could put something over that as well. So I don't think I'm going to do that on this one. I'm just going to glue it down. And again, you don't even have to make this centered, because anything that's off or whatever, it just looks like part of your grungy. Okay, so I think for it to hinge, I want it to hinge, I'm going to make just a little crease here so that it folds better, because I'm going to fold it underneath instead of on top. I don't know what size this, probably what, 1/2 inch I'm making it. Just trying to line it up, make sure it's at least a little bit straight. And then I'm just going to take my stylus and run along that edge to make it have a nice crease. You could do this with your scoreboard, however you want to do that. And then I'm just going to glue it to this. And I want to leave a little room, because I think I'm going to put some washi tape up here. And again, I think I'm going to go around this with my decal edge just to give it some more life. Give it some more texture. Now let's glue this down. I'm gluing closer to the bottom than the top, because like I said, I'm going to put some washi up there. And don't worry about getting precise, especially if you do a grungy look, because it doesn't matter. So now we have our hinge. Oh, I love it. I mean, really, I don't even need any washi, other than I think I like how it looks. I think I want to put some up there. I might. Okay. So for our pocket, like I said, I'm going to use the other part of the envelope, and I'm trying to decide. I don't think I want it that tall, so I'm going to tear it down a little bit. And then maybe I just want it at an angle. Just tearing it. Something like that. And then this I'll put in my little scrap box. Along with that, that'd make a good piece. I said I was going to use this tea dye, but I really don't need it for anything, because everything has a nice back on it. So I'm going to ink around this now. Probably going to have to add some stamping, aren't we? Not sure. I know this is the tag I'm going to use. I'm not sure if I'm going to I think just slide it in from the side like that. So I'm not gonna glue the side. I'm gonna glue it just down on the back. And I could actually make it 2 pockets. And then put something in here too. Couldn't I? Let's try that. Just gonna glue the side and the bottom. I can tuck back there. And then I'll put a little something in this spot too. But let's decorate up our pocket just a little bit. Got all kinds of little scraps here. Maybe I'll do something like that. Just put a piece of lace on it. Isn't that pretty? And it was the perfect size for this pocket, so it really just needed to go there. Got a little piece of fiber here that my friend gave me that I think I'm going to put on the top because it matches that green. Get out our old standby stamp bucket here and see what we want to put on here. I think I want to stamp something along the side that's showing. And I'm using Stays On because this is a little bit slick. That way it will for sure dry. Number. Thought I had, you know, like those little stripe things that are on your mail, but I don't see it, so I won't worry about it. Maybe I'll just draw it on there. There's another little number. Something like that. And then maybe I'll just draw on my little wavy lines. I don't know if that really helped it or hurt it, but that's what we got. Let's punch a hole. Put in an eyelet for our fluffy stuff. Maybe a bigger one than that. Do I want green or blue? I think blue. Again, this is just that box of eyelets that I got at the secondhand store, so we're using up lots of goodies today. Not very easy. I probably should have got my tweezers to pull that through. But why make it easier on yourself when you can just fight it? Thank you, Laura, for this fiber. It's really pretty. Being prettier if I get on there good. There. Very pretty. I like that. So that'll just sit right in there. And I need something to go in the front pocket. And I had a box of, here they are, tea-dyed tags. I don't have that in the right spot. There we go. I like it because the little number still pokes out. And then I think I'll just put something like that. I'm going to round this off just a little bit. Funny about those pointy edges. And maybe I'll just put a little eyelet in this one too. And I think I need to stamp something on this. What do you think? I need to quit being lazy and go grab the rest of my stamps, don't I? Ooh, there's that wavy thing for the first class. I wonder if I could go ahead and put it on there now. There we go. And you know, whatever I stamp on here, if it doesn't work with whatever journal I have it in, I can always take this little tag out. Not like a big deal. I'm thinking something like this. That peeking out. And then I think we need some more fiber on the top of that too. It was really pretty. It had different colors in it. Maybe I can make it long enough that it's going to have some brown. Now I know that I've used this really small eyelet, so I'm going to have to more than likely get out the tweezers. See how much easier that was? I could have just done that the first time, couldn't I? Oh, that's so pretty. Maybe cut that down just a smidge. And there we have a journal page, 2 tags, and well, writing spots all ready to go on a journal page. Isn't that wonderful? I love it. And it was so quick, so easy. I hope that you like this little project. And it'd be a good one for our junk mail jam that we're getting ready to do. I am going to still call it that, junk mail jam. The hashtag will just be a little bit different. So, but I love it. Have to call it that, Jen. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. I hope this inspired you, and I will see you next time. Bye.